So how you're feeling right now is probably, I'm maybe shouting at you here, am I? Am I shouting? You're probably feeling out of sorts, sore heads. I've had a sore head today, as I told you earlier on. Sore heads, maybe a bit sick, maybe a bit pissed off, because you're missing your sweeties and you're missing the biscuits, and people are in the staff room drinking Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi and all that sort of garbage, and your mouth's watering, and you're sitting looking at her. When people do that, I used to have a wee pal done that. She was food daft. She used to sit and stare every time I was eating something. It's dead off-putting, isn't it? You try and ignore them for a while, but actually you catch them. And they look away. When you look at them, they go, but their eyes find you again as soon as you're like mid-bite. Yeah, was that you in the staff room today? Mouth watering. That might be you. You might be raging with the world right now. Alan might be doing your nutting, the kids driving you crazy because you've got this massive withdrawal and it's maybe not even hit you properly yet. Boom! And are you going to feel it? Probably. But I'm ready for you with open arms, and so are the team, to help you. When you stop eating all of the garbage, the refined carbohydrates, the sugars, the hidden sugars, the cooking oils, the diet drinks, the low-fat crap, high shit crap. Low-fat equals high shit. We know that so much now. And if you don't know that, it's because you've never been on Feel Like Bee before and nobody's telling you this stuff. But we've met now. You're welcome. You're more than welcome. I'm going to change your life. I've already done it if you've been listening. You're going to become really fanatical about your own health, what's on labels for a while, that'll pass soon. What's on labels, you're going to get really curious about things and prodding you through the screen. Yeah, look at the label. What are you doing? So you're going to feel all that stuff right now. You're going to be confused. There's loads going on Feel Like Bee. She was making a detox drink last night. We had yoga this morning. She was on a live today talking about electrolytes. I've got all this food prep to do. I've got to go to shopping. She's on live tonight. She's not leaving me alone. Get away. You're going to feel all of that stuff and it feels a wee bit overwhelming. And talking about overwhelming, that is the most poorest, crappiest, shittiest, most boring excuse I have ever heard in my whole entire life. I don't ever want to hear the word overwhelming ever again. The world makes it easy for us to be overwhelmed. Oh, I'm so overwhelmed, I can't do it. Oh no, I don't know what I've signed up for. Can I have a refund? No, you can't. Don't be so silly. I'm so overwhelmed. Yeah, how do I fit all this in? I mean, how does Shelley Booth fit all this in? She can't. Yes, she does. She freaking well does. She's sat in front of you for your benefit. So don't give me overwhelmed. Don't give me I've not got time. We will find the time. We'll make the time. But if you're finding that there's loads on here, that's fine. I told you yesterday what the minimum requirements are to get results on here. So all the rest of the stuff, there is no excuse. The world, I'm all for PC. I like it. It's fine. It keeps you safe. But the world's gone PC nuts to the fact and to the point that you can sit on your arse all day, eat crisps, eat biscuits, smoke, drink alcohol, in front of the bairns, by the way. You can get in your car, smoke a fag, blow it in anybody's face, and the world can't even say anything to you. You can go into work with a really, really bad attitude, a really shitty attitude. I seen a nurse the other day being really, really undermining to the other nurse in front of people. I thought, somebody should be interjecting and standing in front of her and going, wait a wee minute, you. Don't ever speak to her like that again. It happened to me actually when I got my nose done. There was an Eastern European lady and she was absolutely lovely. We were getting a good chat and I was like waiting to go down for my operation. And she was just trying to get my thingy socks on, the compression socks and everything. And so accommodating, so nice. Went down to theatre. I said, oh, it's freezing in here. She says, don't worry. She says, look, put your hands on the bed. So I put my hands on the bed. It was roasting. She says, on you get. just trying her best to make me feel at ease. This other woman was speaking to her like a piece of shit. She was standing. She's obviously used to doing this. She was standing like a wee girl, basically getting bullied. I says, "Are you okay?" And I looked at her, and I looked back at her as if to say, didn't do that to her. That's awful. There is people getting away with this in the world every single second, every single minute of every single day of every single year, and they're making somebody feel like shit because the world allows it. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Well, I'm sick of them, and I don't want to hear excuses on this page. Right? It's not nice to do that to people. It's not nice to be an arse. Just be a nice person. Bring your A game. Try your best. Don't make excuses. Because let's face it, get your hands on your own belly and your own arse. You got them there. It's not anybody else's fault that you have a belly. It's not anybody else's fault that you're not happy about your arse. It lies with you. And we're all here to help you. So you will not be overwhelmed because you'll do the minimum requirements. The meal plan, the movement. You get a break by law. Get off your arse and get for a walk. You can put me in your ears as you walk. So there is no excuses. It's so true, isn't it? You probably see it as well out there in the world. People can be really, really horrible and really nasty. And it's all because this PC-ness, it's not even the PC, it's not, it's just fucking bad attitude. That's what it is. That's all it is. And you'll always get somebody, I work in the wellness space, you know, and people want to get rid of their fat. And as soon as I say fat, ooh, I mean, I don't settle for it, but you're fat shaming. No, I am not. You're looking for an excuse because you want your fingers back in the biscuit tin. Who are you kidding? This isn't about me. This is going to be close to the bone for a lot of people. But change is necessary, isn't it? When you're not happy and you've got challenges in your life that are making you ill, that are having an impact on your choices about your lifestyle, and you look in the mirror, for example, and you're just not happy, then something has to give. And I'm trying to provoke that in you. What's that other... it's not overwhelm. I can't remember the word. It's there. Hold on. It's there. What is it again? Procrastination. Procrastination. It's the two most boring words in the world. Overwhelm, procrastination. Shut up. Just got on, mate. Wow. Okay. I'm so keeping it real. I am keeping it real. And for the people that get this, you will journey with me and we'll have a bit of banter and we'll like bump off each other and it'll just be great. And for the people that I'm really challenging, you'll see this as a challenge and you'll go, she's actually right. You know, I'm just being a wee bit in my face about it, but she's actually right. Or you'll go, no, I'm overwhelmed. Anyway, this is all about visualization. A vision. Your life without a vision, or my life without a vision, would have been really pretty dire. I would have taken the path that probably 90% of my friends took, and half of them, well, more than half, actually aren't alive. Life without a vision could be challenging. It could be depressing. It could be stale, stagnant, boring. And I genuinely believe you are here to live the most incredible, beautiful, abundant-filled life, whatever abundance means to you. Abundance for me might mean different to you. Success is different for me and you as well. Who cares? So whatever it means to you. That's why you're here. That's why you're on this planet. You deserve all of that stuff. But what we've done is we've let all the values that were instilled in us from a young age and the opinions of others and society, everything has moulded us to be the way we are now. the relationships, the people that we've spent time with, who you spend time with, you become. And so we are this person. And the first question I'm going to ask you right now, and in fact, can I ask you to go and get a pen and a paper? A pen and a paper? A pen and a piece of paper, please. I've got mine. I've got them here. I'll wait for you. Sorry about the swallowing and the chewing and stuff, the breathing and stuff like that. Okay, the first question I want to put to you is, who are you supposed to be? And that was deep and it's profound, and it's like probably, even a lot of women nowadays find that really flowery and woo-woo. Actually, it's not. You have to know who you're supposed to be. Who are you supposed to be? That'll bring you back to who you are now. So there's a comparison instantly with who you're supposed to be and who you are now. And that'll draw you back into how you feel. And these feeling states are so, so important. And you get to know your own feeling states so as you know who you are. Who are you, and who are you actually? You know, the world thinks they know who you are. Most of Dundee think they know me. There's about 5 people maximum that actually know me. Everybody thinks they know me. But who are you? Do you know who you are? Do you know who you're supposed to be? That's the first couple of questions. Let that sit with you just now. Once it's sat with you, then think about what your vision is. That'll take you back to... In fact, another question is, where did you think you were going to be at this stage? So 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, where did you think you were going to be at this stage? Let that sit with you. Now think about what your vision is for your future. So visualization. As a young child, if I did not visualize, I wouldn't be sat here in front of you now. I know that for a fact. Visualization has brought me to this position right now, which I feel very fortunate to be in, to the point that I can help thousands upon thousands and hopefully millions more people in the future make key changes and necessary changes to their lives and that of their families. Never would have been here had I not visualised. Sat in a tenement in Whitfield, feeling anxious, sometimes scared, sometimes my gums would chatter like that. You know, that fear thing. I had to visualise to get myself beyond that single moment in time when I thought, go to sleep, force yourself to sleep and think about what's going to happen in the future. It's not going to be like this. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And it's small visualisations that built up to this massive crescendo of, I'm in control here. I could decide. Which way my future's going. I don't need to be in your company. I don't need to be in this tenement. I don't need to be in that job. I don't need to be with you. I don't need to do any of these things. But it takes visualization and it takes knowing who you are and knowing where you want to be. Now, a lot of these questions will scare you. And I know they'll scare you because I've been scared before as well. When you're not in a good position, whatever that is, or a good situation, and you're not enjoying your job, you're not enjoying your relationship, you're not enjoying things, it's really hard and it's really scary to even go there in your mind to think, nah, I'm fine. And that's what you do, don't you? You go, nah, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. You know, it pays the bills, and do you know what? Fine. I'm okay. But these questions will sit with you, and people around you will be uncomfortable with these questions. But for you to be, I truly believe if 2 people are to stay together forever, there has to be absolutely 100% understanding that she's been the best she could be and he's been the best he could be. That's what I believe. I don't know if you believe that too, but it's genuinely what I believe and what I see. So this is you embarking on you being the best you could be. The visualization will involve each other. Of course it will. You love that person. You're taking them with you. You're going to be on a journey together. Wow! How incredible must that be? If it's right, that's beautiful. That's amazing. So, Totally need this. I think everybody needs this. And sometimes I need people to be like that with me too. To go, Shelley, you happy? You know, I do this for everybody else. Every single month. I don't talk about this stuff every single month. But what I do for you, I sometimes need people to do that for me. Where are you going, Shelley? Challenging my thinking. I had a business meeting earlier on today. So what are you going to do with that? Where is that going to go? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? And it's things that it's too scary to put to yourself. You know, you're just going, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. So I'm putting this stuff to you now so as you can actually get to this. So the main thing to come out of this conversation is feeling states. Are you happy? Ask yourself right now, are you happy? And it's a yes or a no. Some of you will go, do all that stuff, won't you? Mostly. As far as I'm concerned, mostly is not good enough. We want to be living our best life. I want to live my best life. And I've been guilty of letting my heart lead my head. And sometimes, probably more lately, and sometimes your head's got to step in and go, right, heart, get a fucking grip, you. That heart there, look. Get a grip. I'm the head, right? This is the heart. What are you playing at? You're putting her through murder. You can't do that to her. You've done it for 5 years. And the heart's like, well, she's doing it. It's not me, it's doing it. It's her. So you're caught in the middle, aren't you? And it's that you feel torn. Well, actually, sometimes your head needs to interject and go, hold on a wee minute. Pedals down, brakes are on. No, enough's enough. I'm not being fat anymore. Say the fat word. It's not fat shaming. I'm not being unhappy anymore. I'm not looking in that mirror anymore to look at you. Because I'm not happy with what I see back. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not being that person anymore. I'll park that for a second. It's getting quite heavy. Withdrawals. You're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be more than fine. In a few days, it'll pass. And the opiate effect will have left you. You'll still probably crave off and on. But when you eat good fats, you supersede all of that. That's why it's not calorie controlled, it's not portion controlled. You eat until you're full, but don't overeat. So when you're full, you're done. Don't overeat because you think you're not having a snack. You know, when you eat good fats, it's really, really filling. In fact, you probably feel like you can't eat all of it. And then it'll be lunchtime, you'll think, I can't even eat that. Because we've got good fats in there. There's good fats in there with every meal. The green soup. The green soup is absolutely crucial for you. You're going through withdrawal. If you can have green soup at any time. It will be on the meal plan. Obviously, if you're going to glug, 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 cream in it, it's going to be calorific. But if somebody was putting coconut oil in their soup, you don't need to do that with soup. Soup's got liquid in it, you know, you don't need to do that. You can if you want, but you absolutely don't need to. Boil up the veg. I don't know why you would want oil in there anyway, but you can if you want. I wouldn't, because you know the grease on the top. Bone broth is phenomenal for replacing electrolytes. Here's one for everybody that's got high blood pressure. If you are on high blood pressure medication, when you eat this way, it is so good at normalising your blood pressure. Okay? There's no carbs. There's loads and loads of carbohydrates on here, but there's no shitty carbs. And the carbs that cause high blood pressure. So your blood pressure is dropping. And then you're taking medication that's dropping it even further. So you might feel a little bit woozy. When you stand up, you'll definitely feel it. You might even feel like lethargic, energyless. Even talking sometimes when you've got low blood pressure is hard. I want you to go back to your doctor, and I want you to say to your doctor, Doctor, I'm doing this new diet. It's clean eating. I'm eating all the good stuff. There is no crap on here, doctor. There's nothing for you to be concerned about. What about my blood pressure? Can you take it? And if he says no or she says no, take it again. I want you to take it, actually. I'm not taking no for an answer. Take my blood pressure. Shelley Booth says take my blood pressure. Could you imagine the amount of doctors and nurses that are going, Shelley Booth, Shelley Booth, Shelley Booth. But actually, that's probably a lie, because the more I speak to clients on here, there's tons of nursing staff on here, there's doctors on here, there's physios on here. People actually know that I know what I'm talking about. However, there's a lot of nursing staff who think the eat well plate is what we should be doing in the food pyramid. And a lot of these people are very, very, very overweight themselves. And I'm only saying this because I work with them and they say this to me. You've said this to me. You. I'm not making any of this up, right? And there's a reason for that. If there's any of you that's really influential in the NHS, please get me to speak to someone. We've tried it before, it falls on deaf ears. Nobody wants to hear about it because it's not cost effective to look at this way of life. It's not cost effective. I would probably go missing. A wee disclaimer in here is there is some incredible nurses, some phenomenal, really well-read nurses, and there are some phenomenal doctors. It's really amazing, and I learn from them. And it's my learning from the specialists out there, the people doing the research and applying the research, that I can bring this back to you. Without them, it would be impossible. And the last thing I want to be doing, and the last thing I just wouldn't do it, I'd go away and be a firewoman or something. I wouldn't sit here with a textbook ever and regurgitate experimental research papers and crap like that. That is woven right through this programme, but not from a textbook. I bring it to you and I articulate it my way. Some people love it, some people might not like it, and that's okay. I can't please everybody. I don't want to please everybody either. The main things are feeling states. I want you to start connecting with who you are, where you're supposed to be, where you're not. So you start making comparisons. But all it'll do is it'll just draw your attention to where you want to go. And I'm going to help you get there. I promise you I'm going to help you get there. You'll think, no, you can't do that. I can and have thousands and thousands and thousands of times. So just trust me. You're going to be great. We're going to get through the withdrawal together. I've got it. You've got it. We're going to be fine. And when we're through it, and we've got good fats, good proteins, loads of amazing carbohydrates, our brains are going to be on fire. The stomach muscles are going to start coming through. What I showed you the other day, I'm not going to touch it. I am going to be buzzing when I look in the mirror and go, abs are back, because that means your confidence is through the roof. And all the feelings and the feeling states of, I'm empowered, I've taken control, I've committed to this programme, it's just amazing. All these feelings, you're going to have them, and you're going to feel on top of the world, I promise you. It's not called Feel Look Be for nothing. It's a great group already. I love when there's loads of new people. I love when there's loads of old people. And I love people in the middle that have given it a shot and they've went back to their old ways and are here because they know that it works. I can see if I had a penny for every person that says to me, Shelley, when I worked with you, I felt my best. I looked my best. My life was good when I worked with you. And then old habits die hard and they're still there. They've jumped off Feel Look Be too soon. And when that happens, it's like tumbleweed. You just regress, don't you? If it's not there and you've not wholeheartedly put your efforts and faith into Feel Look Be, you're going to go back the way. Definitely.